accountable for enforcing the AI guardrails? And how is compliance measured and reported?
There's no short answer, but it's everyone's responsibility, from board to executives all the way down. And that starts with your policy. Once we set a policy and that we agree as a business, this is our policy, then ultimately, operationally, it's up to the security team to implement that policy. But it's not the security team's responsibility to create the policy. So responsibility is now not just the IT problem anymore. It's a board level issue. And now we're starting to see boards becoming more literate around technology. And they're starting to employ people with security backgrounds. So when we do have these conversations around responsibility, we all have to be aware of, what are the risks? What are the trade-offs? What does it mean to a business? So when we do agree, it's not just the poor, IT person or security person making that decision. It's they feel like, okay, the business has endorsed this policy. So if something goes wrong, because it is going to go wrong, we understand what the risks are, and we have the measures in place to be able to react to that. And that's board level all the way down to employee now. So it's not an IT only problem now. Responsibility is across the business.
Certainly leaders definitely are not able to shape that responsibility across the organization, not just leave it to IT.
Yeah, and now people are responsible. So if there is a cyber breach now that happens, the CEOs on the hook, the board level, everyone's now got skin in the game now, accountability for these issues, and it's something that's had to happen. Unfortunately, it's taken a long time to get to this point, but we've seen a lot of issues happen where, unfortunately, businesses haven't taken ownership of the problem. IT have gone to the business saying, hey, we need to do X, Y, and Z. If we don't do this, this is what's going to happen. And they've ignored it. They haven't invested. Then when something does happen, then it's like, okay, the finger pointing. We've seen enough breaches now to learn the repercussions. Unfortunately, people have felt responsible for that. And it's usually the security person, the IT person, whereas now we're all taking a shared responsibility for these issues, and it should be shared. And now the governments are putting measures in place and having, repercussions. If we identify a risk and someone's raised that to the board, if they choose not to do something, it's not the team's fault. It's a business problem that we have to address.
And I think the other, another kind of complication, or what we need to prepare for, is the leaders, right? So not just staff literacy. Leaders have to have AI literacy to make the right decisions. So, and that's another aspect of it. And it could be that, you are making decisions not just for the organization, you're making for the staff, making for the brand, making for, a lot of levels. So I think, the question is, are your leaders ready to make those decisions? So is one of, the AI accelerator sessions we do is very well targeted leaders, C-level execs, working through what information do you need and how much you need to be literate about or know things about to make the right decision for your business, for your business unit. So, and because there could be a lot of repercussions down there. So I think another area to focus on is your leadership team AI literate, or do they have enough information? Do they know enough about AI to make the right decisions as well?
And that's a trick, isn't it? Like making the right decisions. Like, how do you get them to understand what's happening, understand the risk, and then make those calls?
That's right.
So it's the calls that they've got to make.
And it's what we're seeing is, because of a lot of the noise, and we designed these sessions just to address that. There's a lot of noise. So one of the questions Raji, I'm getting, this, vendor coming up to me and doing this, this third party doing this, giving me SOWs, giving me these are the tools you need to deploy. So much to go through. And then you got social media, when there's a new model, come out today. What does that really mean? Claude Cowork, all confusing. Everything is called Copilot, and so many different versions of it. So how do you navigate that? So leaders have to make decisions. They have to present to the board. They need to understand cost, and we haven't even touched that, because figuring out how much these things cost is not just the CFOs are not just signing off licensing, they're signing off tokens. Now you're becoming token economists, right? So, so the leadership team needs to really raise up or increase their vigilance and understanding around how to make the right decisions. And I think that's the key. And this is where CBS has been focusing on helping leaders navigate that, cut through the noise, because we have years of experience, practical rollouts, AI with a lot of our staff who's, you know, from not just last 3 years, we've been rolling out AI solutions for a long time. Just cut through the noise. Can you get ROI out of AI? And do you understand the total cost of ownership? And is it going to benefit the business?